the Test Kitchens in Chelsea in New York City. I'm Katie Lee from The Kitchen and Beach Bites, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite recipes for our summer squad. I just want to say cheers, because you know, it's about that time when you should be having a glass of wine, right? And I'm having mine, and it's going to pair perfectly with these crab hush puppies. So let's get started with our dry ingredients first. So I've got some cornmeal here, some all-purpose flour, and I like to combine the two because if it's just straight up cornmeal, the texture won't be quite right. It'll be just a little too gritty. So I like to add the flour in there to make it a little fluffier. Some baking powder. Give us some more fluff. That's our leavening agent. And I've got salt, a little bit of sugar, and some garlic powder. Now I'm going to make my wet ingredients. So for that, I'm using buttermilk. And buttermilk just has such a nice tang to it. If you don't have buttermilk, take regular milk, add a little splash of vinegar or a little squeeze of lemon juice to it, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and it will actually sour and turn into buttermilk. And an egg goes in there. The egg's gonna hold the whole thing together. Now, I first had crab hush puppies when I was shooting the first season of Beach Bites. We were in St. Simon's Island down in Georgia and went to a great restaurant. They were serving crab hush puppies with this herb dip, and I was absolutely obsessed with them. So I had to come home and recreate the recipe. And you know, the new season of Beach Bites is starting up. Shameless plug there for myself. June 7th, 10 p.m. on Cooking Channel, so be sure to watch that. I'm starting off in the South in Biloxi, Mississippi. All right, so add those wet ingredients to the dry. I'm just gonna whisk those up just until they're combined. No over mixing here. We want a nice tender hush puppy. Now, hush puppies, legend has it, they were started by, I think maybe they were some, was it cowboys? And they would have the fire going and the grease going, and they would throw the extra cornbread in there and then throw them to the dogs that were barking to say, hush puppies, stop barking. But that might just be, you know, some folklore. I can't be for certain. All right, now the crab goes in. Some nice lump crab meat. This is so sweet and delicious. All right, that goes in, and I'm gonna add to it some scallions. Now I'm just using thinly sliced. These are the whites of the scallions, but don't throw out the greens because we're gonna use those a little bit later. So add those in and just gently fold it because you want those nice big pieces of crab to stay intact, not break up too much. This is so good. Oh, wait until you try these, and they're so easy. You know, when I was a little girl, we would always go to Myrtle Beach in the summer and always have hush puppies. This was something I always looked forward to. So this season on Beach Bites, we're going to some really cool beaches. We've got Biloxi, Mississippi, somewhere I'd never been, loved it. I went to Tybee Island in Georgia, up to Carmel and Monterey in California. I went to the Bahamas, so lots of great locations. Okay, I've got my oil going here. I like to use an oil like canola oil, vegetable oil, peanut oil, a nice high heat frying oil. And then I just use an ice cream scoop so that they're uniform in size and drop it right into the fryer. Oh, is there any sound that's better than that? Frying. And they take just a couple of minutes right into the oil. Let's put a few in there. Yes. Do we have any questions from our Facebook Live fans?
Cindy wants your tips for a good summer dessert that's not too heavy.
Oh, tips for a good summer dessert that's not too heavy. You know, Cindy, I always love an ice cream sandwich. So you can just buy, I like the really thin chocolate chip cookies, and I'll take those, put an ice cream in it, you know, get the ice cream nice and soft, make the sandwich cookie, wrap it individually, then put it in the freezer. And I also love a cobbler. If you look on foodnetwork.com and search for my peach cobbler recipe, I promise you will not be disappointed. It's my grandma's recipe. It's super simple and delicious. Any other questions?
Yeah, we have some fans of meat sweats. People want to know, is it
meat sweats. You know I love sweatpants and I love to eat some meat. So we just filmed new episodes of Meat Sweats June 20th. Those will be up online. You can catch them, all kinds of good summer meat sweats. You know, burgers, we've got ribs. Lauren Mueller, you were there. Lauren, who works here at Food Network and never wants to be on camera. She hates it when I put her in my Instagram stories. She's right back there. Lauren, what were some of our meat sweats that we had? Oh, nachos. Yes, we did jerk chicken nachos. So much good stuff. Now look at these. They're already frying up and getting nice and golden brown. And you just want to be sure that they get golden brown on the outside but cooked on the inside. So I just kind of toss them around in here. Okay, I'm going to take them out of the fry. Look at that. Look at that. Now I could be right at the beach. I feel like I could be back at Myrtle Beach sitting at the sea captain's house. Oh yeah. Take those out. Now while they're hot, you just want to give them a little sprinkle of salt, because when they're hot, then the salt will really adhere to it. So give them a good little sprinkle. Now while those cool just a little bit, because they'd be like molten lava if I put them in my mouth right now, I'm going to make a sauce to go with them. So this is a really easy sauce. I just do it all in the blender. And I'm going to start off with some mayonnaise, because we're Southern cooking and this is practically a food group in the South. So good full fat mayonnaise, none of that light stuff. And I'm going to add to it a little bit of salt, some garlic powder. Garlic powder might be one of my favorite ingredients. Some pepper, and then I've got cilantro, jalapenos, and the greens of our scallions that we used earlier. So this is just a cilantro jalapeno dipping sauce for those hush puppies. If you're just tuning in, we're making crab hush puppies with cilantro jalapeno dipping sauce. Hello. All right, I'm going to turn this on. And just get it going in here. You could also do this in a food processor if you don't have a blender. Mixing it all up. Let's turn it up. That blend, I'll have a little sip of wine. And look at that, it looks like it's done. All right. Oh, this looks so yummy. This would be great on a sandwich too, if you have a little bit left over. Save it and put it on a sandy. Okay, into our serving dish. Oh, that looks so yummy. I think it's time to try one of these. Oh, look at that. Oh, see that crab in there? How delicious that looks. I'm going to dip it right into the sauce. Oh, that is heavenly. And the cornmeal has such a good crunchy texture to it. And the crab is sweet and delicate. You got a little bit of scallion in there. And then the sauce has just the right amount of heat from the jalapeno. And the cilantro tastes so fresh. Oh man, is that good. Well, I got one more recipe to share with you guys. I'll be back in just a minute for it. You know, last year, 2017, was all about Frosé. 2018 is going to be all about the Formosa. Let's take these summer squad goals and go up just a bit. Don't go anywhere. In just a minute, I'll be back with this.